is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
I'm Mark Mester. We start tonight with the Rosa Fire and a significant update for residents in the evacuation warning zones, now able to access their properties through a checkpoint that's set up on Highway 74. That's tonight's top story. Just a quick recap tonight. Fire broke out Monday afternoon near the Santa Rosa truck trail. At the moment, we just got an update from CAL FIRE. They've moved containment from 18 to now 21%. CAL FIRE now saying residents for only evacuation warning zones will be able to access their homes for the first time since Monday. However, residents with homes in the evacuation order zones will still be denied access as those orders remain in effect. For those in the warning zones, though, homeowners will need to show an identification card with proof of residence to get up to their property.
And we have some video that was sent in from a viewer to our newsroom today. It shows the containment line there from the Rosa Fire. This resident lives in Pinyon Pines. The Rosa Fire burning some vegetation just a few acres away from the town, and that fire is still burning tonight. CAL FIRE crews dealing with those hot conditions.
CAL FIRE also issuing a change in the road closure on Highway 74. The closure at Highway 371 is moving east, and the new closure is now set off of Highway 74 at the Santa Rosa pit stop in Mountain Center.
And our coverage continues tonight as starting right now at 6 o'clock, homeowners in the evacuation warning zones are able to return home with identification. Again, those with the evacuation order zones still cannot. But our Brett Rosen joins us live tonight. He's out on Highway 74 where, Brett, we can see cars are lined up behind you. We know many are just ready to get back to their homes.
Olivia, the anticipation is rising here right on the base of Highway 74. As you can see right behind me, some of the road closure signs over there, a couple cars right in front, right behind me here, all waiting eagerly to finally see those road closed signs finally disappear after 48 hours. Earlier, I got to speak with a couple of the residents in their cars just waiting to get back up that mountain, and they expressed their frustration. Take a look.
No clothes, no medicine, no chargers for my phones. I had no idea I wouldn't get back. And like I said, I am moving. I had the moving van for yesterday. So they told me, we'll wait till Wednesday. I said, okay. Then they said Thursday. Now they said Saturday. So when I got this message from my friends, I was like in hog heaven. Yeah. Very, very happy to get up there.
It's nice to be able to get back up the hill. Like I said, we have animals at the house. House has been running on generators. We're a slave to the gas. So we've been managing to figure out how to get stuff up here, but it's been difficult. Like I said, it didn't need to be difficult. And there's a lot of residents that, I mean, they evacuated horses and all kinds of stuff that actually didn't need to be. So we're just kind of like, if they just let people stay in place. But we have been watching it, and there's a lot of upset people.
And as you heard, just frustration from the people waiting here in line, just trying to get back up to their homes. Here with me, I have one resident, Angelina, who's been here since about 5:30. Can you talk to me about the feeling that you're feeling right now about just getting back home after what's been a couple days now?
Anxiety on my end, because I left on Monday night it was already dark. With whatever, just a jeans, t-shirt, is like, okay, is there any damage to the property? And yeah, just a sense of calm, but anxiety as well. It's like, I hope everything's okay, and just calming myself down. It's just been a chaotic few days. Everything happened so fast. Literally at sunset, I saw the smoke. I'm like, what is that? And then within an hour or so, my neighbors came over and they're like, okay, we're in the not so safe zone, and I fled and I wasn't able to return. Went to the American Red Cross pop-up at the community center for essential items, and then I stayed at my studio for a couple of days, and now I'm heading back, and I'm just happy that it seems things are aligning. And yeah, it's been a chaotic few days, but I'm just so happy to be heading back home.
No, perfect. Well, there you have it. Chaotic few days, frustration from many of the residents of the mountain here up on Highway 74, all finally ready to see those road closure signs go away for them to get up there. Again, they are opening up at 6, letting residents go through, but only if you are part of the evacuating warning area. So if you're a part of the evacuation orders, you're not able to go there. They'll turn you right away. But if you're part of the warning area, they'll let you go through. You just got to show identification. Live at the bottom of Highway 74, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
All right, Brett, thanks for bringing us those interviews. We appreciate it. Meantime, we're giving you a live look from our Agua Caliente casino camera from high above in downtown Palm Springs. And Chloe, we felt it this morning. Definitely felt hotter today. You could see with conditions right there. There's also wind, so you got to feel for those firefighters working to contain this fire.
Yeah, a lot of factors going into that. Yeah, we talked about that heat wave that was coming this week. It is here, so those that are still trying to work on the Rosa Fire, unfortunately for them, very hot conditions. A little bit cooler in Anza, but still very hot for them. Good. Everyone is under some type of weather advisory through the rest of this week, whether that be an extreme heat warning or a heat advisory for portions of the IE. For Anza right now, for those that are waiting to go home, 92 degrees there on the mountain. Wind 7 miles per hour from the west, so we'll call it breezy, but as I've mentioned, a broken record here. As we get into the afternoon and evening hours, they do pick up a little bit for those wind-prone areas. So we talked about several of those fires that we have been tracking for Southern California. This was supposed to end last night. We expected it would get extended, and it has. An air quality alert through this evening. While it's improving, you can still see a little bit of a haze through our Cam and Rancho Mirage. So we're still seeing a haze over the Coachella Valley. So that's going to go through this evening. I mentioned extreme heat warning starting today, going through Friday. As Mark mentioned, you can feel the heat out there today, definitely spiking up those temperatures, and that's going to remain consistent through Friday. Even when we get into the weekend and it cools down, we're still staying above 110 degrees. So just keep those temperatures in mind. It is going to be a hot week, hot weekend, and early into next week, very hot conditions as well. Well above average conditions, nearly record-breaking temperatures today. 114 in downtown Palm Springs at this hour. Onshore flow, winds a little bit gusty, as we mentioned, in Palm Springs. Teens for the wind corridor there. Here's a look at your comfort air 3-day forecast. So 117, temperatures peaking tomorrow. We get slightly cooler conditions into the weekend. But like I said, we're staying above 110 degrees. We'll break down where you can expect that full forecast coming up.
Chloe, thank you. More local news tonight. Last week, we brought you the story of a local food bank in need of items for their weekly distributions. Now, another organization is expressing some similar concerns this week. Our Tiani Jadaling joins us live in studio. She spoke with organizers with ICUC and some of those residents who are affected. She has details for us tonight. Tiani?
Olivia, the Inland Congregations United for Change feeds upwards of 5,000 people a month. Most of those families include farm workers, and with recent fear of immigration raids, the need for assistance for these families has increased. This is what one ICUC distribution center looks like. Several cars waiting well before the event starts. And more of this is what organizers with the Inland Congregations United for Change say they're seeing as of late.
Right now, especially because they may be potentially running on fear or, lack of work. They might be in this state where they're not able to do things that they normally do, like go to the store out of fear.
Due to fear of immigration enforcement, many families in the area are scared to return to work, leaving them with less income to buy household essentials. It's been 3 weeks since I've worked. It's really important because sometimes it's hard to find work, and we really need this type of assistance. The majority of the food distributed comes from Find Food Bank. But with Find Food Bank dealing with less resources and the growing number of families needing assistance, it's becoming an issue for these organizations. During the summer, many of these farm workers are given shorter shifts. Every day, more and more people come to get food. We're serving about 1,000 people a month. Officials with ICUC tell us they haven't been directly notified, but they have noticed they've received less food. And when they ask Find Food Bank the reason, they tell the organization that they're in need of more donations as well. ICUC hosts distribution events in North Shore, Indio, Cathedral City, and Desert Hot Springs several times a month. For those wishing to donate, the organization suggests taking donations directly to distribution sites. Live in studio, I'm Tiani Jadaling, NBC Palm Springs.
Tiani, thank you for that. A popular local eatery celebrating more than half a decade in the desert. Kitchen 86 and Bar. It's on El Paseo and Palm Desert, marking its 6-year anniversary, and they're doing so in style. This morning, they offered 86-cent breakfast specials. It was for their first 86 customers. That's done, but right now they have half-off entrees until close. We caught up with staff and customers to find out what makes this spot such a standout.
We take a lot of pride in what we do here. We love what we do, and we love making people happy.
The staff is always amazing. The drinks are amazing. The food's always really good.
26 just has a really great atmosphere, great vibe.
The service is always really good. The people are nice, and the beverages are also terrific. Mwah.
Management says plans are in the works right now for expansion, and to keep the celebration going, they're offering half-off breakfasts and prime meat entrees for the entire month of August.
We have an alert for you. If you are an Imperial Irrigation District customer, they've initiated a conserve alert from now that runs until Friday. IID says you can help reduce strain on the energy grid and prevent rotating power outages. They ask that you help conserve your energy usage between the hours of 4 and 9 p.m. They say simple acts like raising your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher can make all the difference.
SoCal Edison is sharing tips for conserving energy while these temperatures run high. Turn your air conditioner on in the morning before it gets hot. Close blinds and curtains to block out heat. Unplug electronics when they're not in use. And avoid doing laundry, running the dishwasher, or charging your car during peak hours between 4 and 9 p.m.
If you're looking to give back to some students this school year, Coachella Valley Rescue Mission and Staples are working together to help. This Saturday, August 9th from 9 to 4, Staples Palm Desert and Staples La Quinta will host the Back to School Drive that supports local students with the essentials they need to succeed. And teachers, don't miss out as well. You'll get 20% off with the Staples app and a free surprise gift while supplies last. There will be giveaways, local vendors, and a chance to network with educators and community leaders so you can come out, donate, and make a difference.
New at 6 o'clock tonight, in recent months, the uptick in immigration operations around the valley have generated fear and worry among immigrant families who dread being separated from their loved ones every single day. We spoke to one local farm worker who's decided to shelter at home for the past several weeks due to her fear of being deported. Our Antonio Marquez has the details.
That's right. The fear of being separated is what one family from the valley is living with every single day. A fear that has put their entire life on hold.
Yo me siento como si fuera una delincuente, de que salgo y que me atrapen.
Norma, a Coachella Valley farm worker, says that she feels like a criminal stepping out of her home amid immigration operations, facing the fear of being deported every day. She works in the fields alongside her husband, who made the hard decision to leave her and his children behind to work up north and be able to provide for the family they have built during more than 2 decades.
Caso de que pasara algo, pues yo me quedaría con los niños.
In case something happens or my husband gets deported, I would stay with the kids because we don't have anybody else that can take care of them.
Norma has a son who has autism and has had to miss therapy appointments due to her fear of ICE activity in the community. A dreadful sentiment that has also infiltrated the life of her daughter, who is now attending college to study law. Now, she fears some days her husband won't make it home.
It's hard to know if he will come back or not because of the ICE activity in the fields, and he has had to stay at work until very late, along with others.
Norma says that she is in disbelief of her new reality.
No sentía ningún temor hasta en tantos años que desde el 2006 que yo llegué aquí no tenía nada de temor.
Back in 2006, when I came to this country, I felt safe and protected because I paid my taxes. I never broke any laws, and we are not delinquents. During the pandemic, we were the only ones working, and we were considered essential workers.
Now Norma can only hope her husband returns safely at the end of the season so their family can be together once again. Antonio Marquez, NBC Palm Springs.
Antonio, thank you. Coming up next tonight, the Palm Springs Animal Shelter is hosting its annual Clear the Shelters event. And here at NBC Palm Springs, we are proud to team up with them. We'll tell you more about the event coming up right after the break.
Plus, local Congressman Raul Ruiz will host another roundtable discussion tomorrow afternoon. More on the purpose of this meeting and the details. That's next.
And a look at your gold and silver prices halfway through the work week. We'll have more headlines and your full forecast later on, so stay with us.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Welcome back. It's that time again. We are teaming up with the Palm Springs Animal Shelter once again for their annual Clear the Shelters event.
It's next weekend, August 16th through the 17th over at the Palm Springs Animal Shelter. Adoption fees will be completely waived. This is thanks in part to generous donations from people like you. Shelter is over capacity right now. Each kennel is housing 2 to 3 dogs each. Your support is crucial to help finding these pets some loving new homes. Adopters have some benefits, though. You'll receive 2 tickets to the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens, as well as an adoption pack from Tailwaggers. We'll have full coverage of the event. In fact, our digital reporter, Thalia Hayden, already starting us off early on social media, introducing you to some of those adorable and loving pets. Local Congressman Raul Ruiz announcing he's going to host an economic roundtable discussion. It's set for tomorrow afternoon with leaders from the Chamber of Commerce around the 25th District. The discussion will cover local business challenges and opportunities within the region, featuring notable insight from other prominent speakers. The roundtable will be held at the Congressman's Palm Desert District office. We'll have coverage of the discussion coming up in tomorrow's newscast.
And a know before you go alert, a heads up for drivers in Cathedral City. 2 roadways will be impacted by closures to end the week. Starting August 7th, running through the 8th, expect some lane reductions on Ramon Road between Landau Boulevard and Whispering Palms Drive. Traffic will be down to 2 lanes in both directions. That starts at 9 a.m. each day. And on Landau Boulevard from 30th Avenue to McCallum Way, traffic will be reduced to 1 southbound lane that starts at 8:30 in the morning for landscaping work. Both projects are part of city infrastructure improvements, so plan ahead, give yourself a little extra time, or consider using alternate routes.
Giving you a live look from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Chloe Carlson standing by with our middle of the week forecast. That is when we come right back. Don't go anywhere.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
And happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back. Right now, we're taking a live look at the Walter Clark Highway 11 cam in Rancho Mirage. Clear blue skies today. A little bit of that haze still out there this evening due to that smoke. 117 for the high today, so well above average conditions. We're actually forecasting 117 for tomorrow, so likely that number will be even higher for our Thursday. Could be up to 119, so just keep that in mind. It's going to be a very hot day tomorrow. Nearly that record-breaking number for 1995 at 118. At this hour, still 115 in Palm Springs, 103 for Desert Hot Springs there on the other side of the 10, 107 even in 29 Palms, up there as well. Overnight tonight will be in the mid-80s here. As we get into Thursday and Friday with that little bit of that monsoonal moisture moving into Southern California, we're not getting a lot of relief overnight, so those numbers could even jump a little bit Thursday and Friday, possibly even being in the low 90s overnight. As far as future wind potential, pretty consistent winds here that we've seen the last couple of weeks, so it's breezy here on the desert floor up in the high desert. Desert Hot Springs on the other side of the 10, Whitewater, we'll see those winds pick up. We're even seeing downtown Palm Springs at this hour, a little bit of some gusty winds. Those will kind of die down as you get later into the evening. I mentioned that monsoonal moisture. You can see here with that surface moisture, yeah, we're rising up a little bit as we get into the weekend. 15% on Saturday, 55 for those dew points come Saturday as well. So along with those hot conditions, while it'll be slightly cooler in the weekend, still very hot, but cooler than today and tomorrow, we'll have some muggy conditions as well with those numbers moving up a little bit. So keep that in mind. Sticky and hot for our weekend. Thursday, as I mentioned, ridge of high pressure center going to be to the east of us. So we're going to be seeing it strengthen and peak for our Thursday, 115 to 119. Very similar conditions on Friday, maybe a degree or two cooler, but yes, it is going to be very warm out there for the foreseeable future. Here's a look at your Comfort Air 7-day forecast. So we're staying above average, again above 110 degrees through Wednesday next week.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Well, welcome back. This time next week, we'll be getting ready for the kickoff under the Friday Night Lights. Can't believe it. Year 4 already here for CVFNL. Beginning Monday, though, we'll take you around the Coachella Valley and feature the best players and coaches on the gridiron. We've got 14 teams over 3 leagues. And meanwhile, this is the final year, though, of the 3 leagues. They'll all be playing this year for a spot in the larger league based off of standings. That's going to get broken down into 3 separate divisions next year. We'll have more on that next week. This season, however, will feature 16 non-league games between Valley schools. So at a league schedule will be still somewhat local. Certainly helps our travel schedule selfishly. At Coachella Valley, Friday Night Lights is back and better than ever before. You can join me along with Caitlin Kelly each week as we hear from players and coaches. We even go behind the scenes each Friday night before kickoff. All shows will live on our NBC website, NBCPalmSprings.com, and then under the Friday Night Lights tab. It will also be on our NBC Palm Springs YouTube page. All sponsored by Toyota the Desert. It will be released on all digital platforms on Saturday morning, again on NBCPalmSprings.com and the NBC Palm Springs YouTube page. And are you the biggest Firebirds fan in the Coachella Valley? I know a ton of you are, hundreds if not thousands. Whoever it is, though, has a ton of competition. The Firebirds are looking for the ultimate fan for a chance at merchandise. It's a prize pack at a value of $400. You can submit your fandom to cvfirebirds.com/ultimate fan. Thousands of entries already, so good luck, and that runs out on October 1st. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Minecraft fans appear to have built up the golden arches. McDonald's is reporting quarterly sales growth of 2.5%. It's thanks in part to meal deals tied with the Minecraft movie. It was the restaurant chain's largest marketing campaign in company history. In addition to launching a kids' Happy Meal with movie-themed toys in March, the chain also featured a movie tie-in adult meal. The film, a Minecraft movie, grossed nearly $1 billion worldwide. We'll be right back.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
All right, finally tonight, Smoothie King and Heinz collaborating to launch a new product. You can see it right there. How does? Ready for this? a tomato ketchup smoothie sound.
Ugh, not good.
No fans here. Heinz says it's the first ever ketchup-based smoothie. Creation blends Heinz Simply Ketchup with, ready for this, acai sorbet, apple juice, strawberries, and raspberries.
All right.
Heinz describes the taste as sweet and tangy. The smoothies are available at select Smoothie King locations nationwide.
Maybe it's like a drop of ketchup, then we wouldn't taste it.
No, I want to hear Tim's thought.
Looks like a Bloody Mary. Just make yourself believe that, and you're good.
Put some bacon and some, something in it. I don't know.
All right. If you try one, let us know how it tastes. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. I'm back here for the news at 11, so join us for that. Meantime, we're going to send things over to Fred Rogan tonight. He's got the latest with the Rogan Report. Hey, Fred.
Hey, Mark. The Rogan Report is presented by The Living Desert. In the last half hour, some things have changed for mountain residents at the bottom of Highway 74. As the fire is being contained, the anger continues to burn. Welcome in on Wednesday. The battle with the Rosa Fire continues, now 21% contained. This fire is scary because it's on a mountain with limited access. Number one priority is trying to keep everybody safe, and that's caused some problems. Residents of Pinyon Pines were told to evacuate. Most did, some stayed. For those that left, they couldn't get back up the mountain. One was arrested for trying to go back up and pick up a parent. Some needed their medicine and couldn't go get it. Some needed to care for their animals but weren't allowed to. For the ones that stayed, they needed food but couldn't leave because if they wouldn't be allowed back up. They're frustrated, to say the least. The residents were confused. Some wondered if they wouldn't be let back up the mountain until Saturday due to an alert issued through CAL FIRE. Others believe that the Red Cross was unable to do anything for them. They were worried about feeding their kids and that animal shelters are already at capacity. As the frustration grew, so did the anger. People were without medication, worried about their neighbors, couldn't afford a place to stay. Officials were being called out for handling the situation poorly and adding to the pain. Charles Schultz lives in Pinyon Pines. He chose to ignore the evacuation order, and he joins us now. Charles, thanks for being here tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
This is a nightmare. Walk me through it.
So basically, is when the Rosa Fire started, it was almost an immediate shut the mountain down, whereas usually it's been any kind of situations like this, you have a little bit of leeway. I mean, the fire was still a ways off from the Pinyon community, and even after the road was shut down, basically you couldn't get any access to any water, fuel for generators, food, nothing. Once you're out, you're out.
All right. So if you stayed and tried to do something, they wouldn't let you back up the mountain. And if you left and came down because they told you to evacuate, and let's say you had a sick parent, you had animals, you needed your medicine, they wouldn't let you back up. Is that right?
That's correct. Once you cross that border of their closure, that was it.
Did you, as a resident, talk to anyone and say, hey, I mean, what's the problem? Can somebody help us? Can somebody bring things to us? Can somebody take us down and bring us back up?
Yep, we did. I made several phone calls to California Highway Patrol, Sheriff's Office, and everyone said, sorry, it's once you go out, you go out. I even tried to do a handoff at the bottom without leaving and had my brother bring us food, waters, and things like that. And they basically told me, if you get out of the car, you're not coming back.
Well, that seems to be a problem because if you're up there, you're stranded. And if you're not up there, you can't get back to take care of anything you may need to take care of. Now, I know you stayed. You didn't leave, even though they said go, you stayed. What's it like up there? Were you ever in fear that your area was going to catch on fire?
Not at all. I mean, there might have been a small moment, but as far as most community, I don't think anyone was scared up there. It didn't seem like it was anything that was, we need to leave now.
Did other residents who left call you and say, can you help me? Can you do something for me? Can you bring me something?
Yeah, there's been several people up there who had phone calls to go take care of somebody's animals.
And now it doesn't seem as if anybody's helping anyone that lives up there. Does that make sense?
Exactly. Yep. 100%.
So what would your resident friends up there want to have happen?
I think probably more communication between the different authorities. It seems like everybody's pointing the finger at each other and saying, no, they said this, they said this. You know, for the way I see it, there should have been no reason that Pinion residents or even the Royal Carrizo residents shouldn't have been allowed to come home or get supplies as needed.
You know what I was thinking? Maybe CAL FIRE, the CHP, whoever is overseeing this, and we're kind of confused by the whole thing as well, could have had shuttle buses. Okay, you 15, you 20, we're going up. Everybody's got 45 minutes. Grab what you need, get what you want, make sure the animals are okay, and then if it's a problem, we're going to bring you back down and bring more people up for 45 minutes. At least people can get up there and check on their homes.
Yep, I agree 100% with that. There should have been, they should have allowed some people to come up to do some things. You know, I get it within reason pertaining to the fire and stuff, but for the most part, there wasn't too much of a threat for the residents, I believe.
All right. Sorry you're going through it. Glad you're okay. Glad you're all right. Sorry you're going through it, and hopefully things will work out soon. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, Brett Rosen told you earlier that certain residents with proper ID are being allowed back up to specific parts of the mountain. So what that means is if you live in that area in yellow and you have an ID, you will be let back to your homes. There's a release from CAL FIRE stating that if the fire intensifies, the full closure will be put back into effect. Okay, now a story about either the stupidity or arrogance of local government. This happened in West Hollywood, but could it happen here? Residents there in that city complained about needing crosswalks near a local park. Nobody in the city listened, so for safety reasons, the residents painted their own. The city found out about them and paid to have them painted over because they weren't official, even though the city wouldn't put them in. Then after some pushback and community concern, the city has now decided to repaint the crosswalks. What a waste of money. It's not surprising considering how our government works. It's a wild back and forth. It shows how passionate people in the community are about the safety in their neighborhoods and how little city government can think outside the box. Contributors tonight, Tammy Bleck, and Education and Sales Director, and new contributor, Jerry Granata. All right, Jerry, you're up first. We'll start with you. What do you think about the city's response?
Well, in all fairness, from how I read this, is they didn't even approach the city first. So in all fairness to the city, they just did this on their own. This was kind of a vigilante thing. I understand that there may be a safety issue in that area, but they really should have gone to their local officials first. Tammy, what do you think?
Well, welcome, Jerry, by the way. I agree with you and I disagree with you. I think this is the kind of anti-vigilism we need. I think if you're not, you know, when your kids are not considered safe enough for the city to move in a fast way, I kind of commend them. I think that that's a great thing to do. And I have to wonder, did the city get promptly to paint it because they were vigilantes and painted it themselves? I mean, otherwise it might have taken another year. I mean, this is all bullshit stuff.
All right, well, the residents use their own time and money to fix a safety issue. Tammy, do you think residents should have the right to create their own safety measures?
Yes, but let me qualify that. I think that definitely we have the right to protect our own if you're not going to do your job and protect us and in a reasonable time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I would encourage it and screw them if they have a problem with it. And I don't think there's one parent there that regrets the money that they spent, to be honest. Jerry?
Yeah, I'll play the devil's advocate side. I think they created a safety issue because, quite frankly, you know, there's a whole website and an organization dedicated to this where they give you step-by-step instructions about getting barricades and traffic cones and safety vests. That's kind of crazy because now you're giving drivers the impression that you're a city worker who knows about safety and traffic movement, and you don't. And so you're out there with a bucket of paint from Home Depot, and you're having, you know, these are very active streets. This isn't rural country where you get one car an hour. These are very busy streets.
All right.
That's the point. I mean, Santa Monica and Olympic, yeah, I don't miss it.
All right. Kevin, are we going to kill the next one or move on? Tell me my ear. All right, I say zombie debt, and you say what? Black and white B horror movies or something else? Zombie debt is old debt that collectors try to collect on, even though it might be past the statute of limitations. Paying it can actually revive the debt, making it collectible again. It's a real trap for people who don't know the rules. So if you get a call about old debt, be careful. Tammy, you ever heard of zombie debt?
I have, actually. I have heard of zombie debt. And I know that in California, if it's a written contract, the statute of limitations is 4 years. If it's verbal, it's 2. And I think that which means that they can still go after the debt, but they can't sue you for it. So, if you've expired your debt, I would say be happy, keep your head low, and don't do anything to reinstigate that. Don't make a small payment. Don't put in writing that you owe it. Just play stupid.
What do you think, Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was in the military, this was a thing. At that time, they were going after military members who either owed money or there were old debts that they didn't even realize they had. And it was difficult on them because they're trying to do their job. And also some of them were overseas. So now they're having to deal with all of this. And Tammy's right. You have to be very careful. And the first thing I would say is find out who's bringing this up. Is this an actual organization? There's a lot of scammers out there who want to part you from your money. So you got to be very careful who's bringing these allegations against your debt.
All right. Put that zombie debt out of its misery. It's what a good neighbor would do. Shad Bermuda Dunes looking for somebody who can remove an old dish TV satellite from his roof and take it away. Julie in La Quinta looking for a local family dentist in La Quinta or Palm Desert. Any ideas? Palm Desert, Karen looking for a dentist. Hers must take Delta Dental. Patrick in Cathedral City looking for a licensed electrician to install 6 ceiling fans in his home.
We love it when you contribute, but please make it a note, not a novel.
Oh, and no, I can't pay your water bill. Find Fred on Facebook and Instagram at Fred Rogan or email thedesertdean@gmail.com.
Don't let anybody open the hood.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
All right, an alert for you. You post an ad to sell your car. You got a response. You make an appointment to show the car. The people show up with a couple of friends, and as you speak to one of them, another, behind your back, pours oil onto your engine. That's how it begins, and it ends with you selling your car for thousands under its value. It's a new scam that has come to the Valley, and it happened to John and Karen Lip. John joins us now. Well, thanks for coming on and joining the show tonight.
I'm happy to be here.
Love your show, Fred.
Appreciate that. Okay, so here's our dilemma. We've got people going around in this Coachella Valley really taking advantage of people, don't we?
Absolutely. There's a big scam going on.
All right, talk about the scam. What happened?
It basically involves when you're trying to sell your automobile and you put an ad on Craigslist and you get a response from somebody. They come out and it usually ends up being two people. And while one of them distracts you by doing something like looking at your spare tire in your trunk, they want to check and make sure it's okay. The other individual ends up going and opening up the engine compartment, pouring oil in your radiator reservoir, oil all over the engine. Test drive, you come back to your house and the car starts smoking. And one guy says he's an engineer, a car mechanic, and that your car is toast and needs to be repaired to the tune of $15,000 with a brand new engine. You go into panic mode and end up selling it to him for a pittance of what you asked for the car.
All right, let me get this straight. This happened to you?
This happened to myself, yep.
All right. And you're sure they poured oil on the engine?
Yes.
What can you do? What could you do? What have you done?
Well, it's a difficult situation, Fred. I have done, I think, to date, almost everything I can do. I've contacted the police. I've contacted my insurance company. I've contacted the DMV. I've reported this on Craigslist. And of course, I called you to let you know what was going on.
All right. Do you know, is there a description? Do you know the names of the people that did this?
Well, when you sign your car over to them, of course, they put a name down, but you'll love this. The name they put down on the back of the title was Kevin Alfredo, who I understand now is actually a popular music star.
Oh, look how lucky you were to meet a popular music star. See? Wasn't that great? That was a positive that came out of it.
These were two swarthy-looking gentlemen that I don't think are music stars.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry this happened to you, but thank you for having the courage to come on and tell this story to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else. Really appreciate it and really sorry it happened.
That's exactly what I'm doing, Fred. And I'd like to make the comment that at first we felt really guilty about this and ashamed because it happened to us. But I think people have to remember that you are being scammed by a couple of professionals who are doing something illegal, and they should be caught and prosecuted.
Agreed. Again, thanks for coming on tonight.
Okay, thank you, Fred.
That's a tough situation for John, but is laughter the best medicine?
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Riddle me this. What is full of holes but still holds water?
I think I got that one.
No, you don't.
Oh, what, Marvin?
No, you don't.
Oh, no, I don't have it. Okay. After buildings were damaged in a terrorist attack in Palm Springs, local business owners are getting together to raise some money for relief through laughter. David Rios, owner of the boutique hotel The Velvet Rope, joins us now. All right, appreciate you coming in tonight.
Thank you so much for having me be here this evening.
Before we go forward, we've got to go back. The event that happened in Palm Springs and what it did to your business. Talk about it.
So it's devastated not just myself, but the other smaller boutique hotels adjacent to us in the increments of over $250,000 of damages. We were 200 feet exactly from the explosion, and people felt this over 2.5 miles away. So you can just imagine the impact that it had on our business.
So what have you been doing?
We've been doing fundraising. We've been able to achieve personal loans, getting some type of grants, but we haven't had any luck working with our insurance companies as of yet. So it's just us putting up the hotel back together just piece by piece. And
if I remember correctly, there was some concern about whether the insurance companies would even cover this, right? Because it was an act of terrorism in their minds?
Correct. And that's their loophole for not assisting us. But the other companies did have terrorist insurance, and they're up and active. And the smaller boutique hotels we're struggling right now, especially in our season right now.
All right. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's hot. A lot of the visitors are out of town.
Correct.
But that's not stopping you or slowing you down. You have a big event coming up, right?
We do. We're so excited to announce on August 22nd, Friday night, we have 2 shows from 7 p.m. and then 9 p.m. as well at the Rock Gallery Comedy Club. So it's been a blessing. We had Desert Business Association together with the Tribe and also the Chamber of Commerce. They are putting on this event to raise more money for the victims.
So what is this, a comedy show?
It's a comedy show featuring Francisco Ramos and 4 other comedians. And the comedians are all local here. So it's a blessing to give back to local comedians and support our local small businesses as well.
So far, and I know you're really starting to get it out there now, any interest, people signing up to go?
Yes, we're almost occupied. Our first showing, which is at 7 p.m., we're almost full, and we still have 9 o'clock as well. So we'll have some drinks, some appetizers, and just a mixture of the community coming together again.
All right. Well, way to persevere, way to hang in there, way to move it forward, and this is so wonderful for the community. Thanks for coming down today.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for our community.
All right, your daily dose of cuteness when we return.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, And we couldn't agree more.
So I'm still wearing what I'm wearing, but want to let you know that the McCallum Theater, the folks there love the community. They love bringing the best of Broadway to the desert. Beautiful Noise, a Neil Diamond musical, is the true story of how a kid from Brooklyn became a chart-busting, show-stopping American rock icon. It's an inspiring and energy-filled evening. And for information and tickets, go on over to McCallumtheater.org. That's not all. Our friends at the Living Desert want to let you know that this month, the Living Desert is reopening after hours for Wild Nights. It's a rare chance to explore wild Americas and experience the desert as day turns to night. Visit each week, starting this Friday, 7 to 9:30 p.m. During the night, you can explore a rarely seen at night section of the park. Say hello to the North American animals like the mountain lions. That's not a mountain lion. Mexican wolves, skunks, jaguars, bighorn sheep, and the baby bobcats. There will also be lots of unique activities like scouting for scorpions, and who doesn't want to do that? Bat detection and guided stargazing. And yes, of course, the splash pad will be open, all starting this Friday. For tickets, livingdesert.org.
Was presented by the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens. They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
If you're watching, we thank you. If you're not, you have no idea what we're saying.
Either way, we're always listening. Find Fred on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fred Rogan. You can also email thedesertdean@gmail.com.
What is full of holes but still holds water? A sponge, of course.
You see, Marvin, I did know that one.
You said it was a diaper.
I didn't say a diaper. A comment tonight, Steve wants to express his thanks to the staff and volunteers of Rivco Animal Services. Kudos for the volunteers or staff who went beyond to save the animals. It shows that the administration is the cause of their problems. Okay, remember, you might be calling it a night, not us. We're going at it 24/7. NBC Palm Springs never sleeps. Go to the website, click on programs, hit the Rogan Report. Content from tonight will be up there and past shows as well. Appreciate you watching. Have a pleasant evening. Wheel of Fortune is next.